Well, 2 days ago, local Congressman McCarthy was in Washington listening to the President's State of the Union address, but tonight he's here with us in the studio to discuss what he heard, among other topics.
Yep, and thanks for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Now, before, you and I spoke that afternoon, I think, before the speech, and you said you wanted to hear something other than a campaign speech from the President. Did you hear what you wanted to hear?
I did not. It was a speech written by the campaign. I understand it's a campaign year, but the problems in America are too big. And I don't think you get elected president. I don't think you carry us to the next place by dividing the country. And it was dividing us in so many places. For one, he would say he's for energy independence and he's for jobs, but I canceled the Keystone Pipeline. I mean, it didn't make sense to me from that perspective.
Well, speaking of jobs, we'll go back to the State of the County address that we heard. There's an ongoing battle against unemployment here. It's rampant in so many areas. Is there any encouragement you can offer from where you sit to these people, especially in our outlying areas where they're facing 30% and 40% unemployment?
The outlying areas are the toughest hit, but Kern County is stronger than other places because you look, one, from a military base is very strong, but from an agriculture and energy perspective, from the oil to the wind to the solar, that's growing. The other thing that's happening from one perspective, you're getting a slow growth in the nation right now, but there's a lot of uncertainty. I think once this election's passed, something will happen. But you got 27 bills sitting in the Senate that help small business. That is the biggest job growth of any place in the nation, small business entrepreneurship. If the Senate can move, you'll see some flush new capital going out.
As a representative, of course, you're on every ballot every 2 years, and we just found out a couple days ago you might face some opposition this year. Former NPR broadcaster Terry Phillips thinking about running. Any thoughts about that?
Look, it's America. I always think it's good. I like to go out and campaign and see what people are working and listening about. That's the best thing about it. Not sure that Terry's the best one in the process on the other side. He's got a few things, but that's what this country's good for.
You want to elaborate a little bit?
I think the paper's talking. I just don't see somebody running for Congress that's afraid to do a Pledge of Allegiance. That's not what Kern County's about. I don't care what party you register. We are patriotic, and that's where we stand. And that's just probably not the best person to put forth.
Now, we have to get your thoughts about this battle going on between Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich. What are your thoughts? Do you think that's dividing the party in half and that it's separating them?
A lot of people think that. I don't. I like to have a primary campaign because it makes somebody stronger. Look, Barack Obama, we know who we're going to be competing with. And they want to have anyone that can beat Barack Obama, so you better be prepared. I think Mitt Romney needs to get a little stronger on his answers to the Bain Company, probably has to get stronger on his taxes. So you got to be tested about it. And everyone that's been able to run and get to president, they've stumbled along the way, and it made them stronger. Look, I never wanted to have a primary going through, but I felt I was stronger for it. So I think we'll be stronger in the end. I don't think it'll divide one another. It'll be based upon ideas. At the end, I think Republicans, independents, and quite a few Democrats will rally behind a new direction in this country.
What about the idea, just one more thought on that these two guys hammer each other so much and bring up every little negative thing about each other that you're basically writing the camp for the Democrats?
Yeah, but if you think about it,
year.
If you go back 4 years ago, this was Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama saying these type of things about one another. You can't take a call. And I walked down behind the president, and I shook Hillary Clinton's hand right there, and she's part of his administration. Yeah. So I think they find a way to make up.
Bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again for joining us
Thanks
tonight.
for having me.